En dan nu, het moment waarop velen hebben gewacht. Deel 2 van Ben's interview met John-Rhys Davies. Beter bekend als Gimli, de dwerg met de reuzenbal uit The Lord of the Rings.
Inderdaad, ik bevind me nog steeds in de wereld der hobbits en orks voor mijn gesprek met John-Rhys Davies, oftewel Gimli in The Lord of the Rings. In dit tweede deel van mijn gesprek ga ik wat dieper in op de rol van regisseur Peter Jackson. En ik heb geprobeerd om te vissen achter het telefoonnummer van Orlando Bloom, omdat ik weet dat zoveel dames onder jullie daar zo gek op zijn. Lord of the Rings deel 2, alsjeblieft.
I've said all along that we were making a masterpiece. I think part 1 and part 2 are exceptionally good movies. A masterpiece demands that part 3 encapsulates and surpasses parts 1 and 2. Peter Jackson will be judged really on how well part 3 does that. He's done brilliantly on part 1. Brilliantly on part 2. My bet is that part 3 is the greatest of the lot.
You have some skill with a blade.
Anyone can direct a four-hander film, which you can shoot over 6 weeks or something like that. Anyone can direct that, and alas, they do. But to manage 18, 21 leading characters, 14 months of principal photography, to take what even the author himself thought was an unfilmable book and turn it into this remarkable trilogy. Only a director of genius can do this, and Peter Jackson is that. He is a director of genius.
I'm not sending him away. Don't see it, do you? He's a villain.
I figured, well, I'll go and watch Peter Jackson direct. And I watched the way he directed my fellow actors and handled his crew. And I'm delighted to say that within 2 weeks of being in New Zealand, I was the first person to get up and say, in public, "Gentlemen, you have no idea what we're doing here. We are making 3 pictures that will be amongst the biggest pictures of all time. We are making 3 pictures that will be bigger, for instance, than Star Wars." Boy, that went down as a matter of hilarity with all those critics. And we're making 3 pictures that when you look back in 20 years' time on your list of favorite pictures of all time, Lord of the Rings will be in that list. And I ain't seen nothing to change that opinion yet.
This day, we fight!
The order's set. The pieces are moving.
And yes, it is true that if I had his phone number, girls, I would give you Orlando Bloom's personal cell phone number. I just don't happen to have it. Sorry about that.
He is here.